There they were in her hand, as Bridget bagged up her chutney and called out for 50 cents. They were beautiful, heavy cards, and when she clasped them, Evie could feel the many hands that had held them before. Hands like hers, knowing hands, seeing hands. The intricate designs wove their way around pictures, showing stories of journeys and golden chalices. She hadn't known what she was doing at first, how to lay them out, but she let the cards guide her, and over time they found their own pattern. She gazed at the deck lying on the formica-topped kitchen table, took a deep breath, and laid her hands down. "Are you watching, Michael? I just hope there's enough time to sort out our girls." She shuffled the cards slowly, carefully, her mind and her heart focused on her daughter Yvonne and 2 granddaughters, Molly and Rosie. Evie spoke into the thin air, her words bouncing across the burnt orange-tiled floor of the kitchen. The sunniest room in her 3-bedroom cottage, where her children had squished carrots into the floor, her grandchildren had streaked naked, where herself and Michael had drunk icy gin and tonics and mulled over the everyday. She knew every corner of this room, the ghosts that walked it, the secrets it harboured, the memories. Evie's fingers stopped, and she spread the cards face down in a half-moon shape. She paused for a moment, closed her eyes, and allowed her fingertips to hover and slowly descend, sliding 6 cards out and away from the pack. As each card turned over, there he was, in one form after another. Death was coming for her, and he was coming soon. Chapter 2. Rosie. Rosie had been plucked, contoured and preened since 5:30 this morning for her 2 minutes of glory on Sonia's sofa. Her dark hair was tumbling down to her shoulders in the manner of a fairy-tale princess. Her blue eyes were now hooded with false lashes, and while normally she had freckles popping up all over her face, years of riding horses, Rosie had been delighted to see that they had been painted magically away. She was suffocating in head-to-toe Spanx, lightly covered by a very expensive, luscious cerise dress, which she had lovingly admired in her wardrobe since the spring. To wear it, she'd dropped 5 kilos in 6 weeks, and was now a size 12, thanks to a collection of rotten-tasting strawberry shakes and a good old diet of apples and air. Simon had declared her to be utterly shaggable, which was great. Obviously, totally great, and would have remained great if she hadn't caught him leering over underwear models in G-strings on his phone. All vacant eyes and ribs poking at you. They literally looked like a different female species, one that she suspected ranked much higher on the shagometer than her. But, pink dress on, hair blown out, and tummy sucked in, she looked great. Maybe even the best she was ever going to look. Which was, quite frankly, a little bit deflating, sitting next to the glorious Sonia. "Just relax." Sonia stretched across the deep cushioned sofa and patted Rosie's knee reassuringly. She was so breathtakingly beautiful in person that Rosie felt an uncomfortable urge to reach out and touch her face, which would be wholly inappropriate and creepy. Rosie sat in her hands, not quite trusting herself, and wondered if Sonia's eyes would be described as jade. They weren't just green, they were leagues fancier than that. She was, however, very thin, Rosie mused, which maybe made her eyes look a little bug-eyed. Still, bug eyes and all, it was working for her. The producer she'd met earlier stepped between them, her face directly in Rosie's. "OK, remember, camera 2. She was wearing a headset, so Rosie wasn't 100% sure that she was talking to her, but she smiled and nodded, because it seemed likely that she was. This was her moment, after all. It may have been Sonia's sofa, but the next 2 minutes and 24 seconds were all about Rosie. She checked her position on a nearby screen, legs crossed at the ankles, like she was riding the couch side saddle, her hands folded on her lap.